everyone, this is Erica. Today I wanted to share with you an art therapy activity to help boost your creativity and make you feel more inspired. So this whole exercise is inspired by a quote that I love so much. It's by Maya Angelou, and she says, "You can't run out of creativity. The more you use, the more you have." And this is something I've always known, but I've really felt it in the past few months when we've been gifted so much time, and I've been spending a lot of my energy nurturing my own creativity in so many ways, not just art. And I realize the more I nurture it, the more it wants to grow, and the more that it spills out into all areas of my life, in the ways that I think, in the ways that I see things, and I feel more passionate, I feel more fulfilled, and it just makes life more interesting because you're seeing it through a different lens. So this exercise is created to help you, make you feel more inspired, to help you get out of your own way, to give you a new perspective on life, and just to have a little bit of fun as well. So you're gonna need a few different materials. The first is a piece of paper. If you have a type of mixed media paper, that will be best, just so it's thick enough to hold what you're gonna put on it. And then you want a photo, a magazine, or some sort of brochure that has pictures in it. You want a whole collection of scraps like that, just something that you can look through. And then you're also going to need some drawing materials and painting materials, whatever that you have on hand. And lastly, you're going to need 2 items that are non-art related that you could use creatively. So what I mean by that is something that you typically wouldn't use in art or see in an art supply store. So maybe it's a sock, maybe it's a fork, maybe it's some spices in your cupboard. You just want to choose 2 things and have that with you. Before I begin any type of artwork, I like to take a moment and bless my paper and set my intention for the session. Now you're going to look through all the photos and magazines and find a picture that you find intriguing. And I really encourage you to find something that's abstract. You're going to cut a little snippet of it and then stick it on your paper. And this is step number 1. You're going to use your imagination and expand the picture. What would it look like if it kept growing? What kind of colors and what kind of lines would it have? And you just want to keep growing the picture. Step number 2 is to shift your perspective. So rotate the picture, change the orientation, and see how it feels, and find one that feels good to you. Now you're going to continue to grow the picture from a whole different perspective. Step number 3 is to take a risk and use a material you've never thought of before. So in my case, I used some Q-tips, and then I took some rosemary from my cupboard and started sprinkling it on. So this is what my final creation looks like, and as you can tell, there's a lot of energy in here, and there's a lot of different marks and lines, and to be honest, when I look at it, it makes me feel a little bit uncomfortable, but not in a bad way, just in a way where I just feel surprised that this is actually in me, because this whole style of creating is just so foreign to me. It's so out of my element. I'm so used to painting with acrylics because that's where I feel most comfortable. So doing this was a nice little refresh for me, just something that I've never done. Another thing I noticed when I was doing this is how it kept wanting to grow. And so every time I change an art material, whether I went from crayons to a felt marker, I just felt like I wanted to keep adding to it. And I'm sure if I added more paper around it, it would want to keep growing as well. So this was really fun for me, and it just kind of broke me out of my routine, which is nice because sometimes we get stuck doing the same thing. And so doing something different is important. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you try it. If you do, please share with me. I would love to see it. You can email me or share it with me on my Instagram. And for the upcoming week, I challenge you to try something different, whether it is taking a different route to work, or maybe trying something that you've never tried before, like a different food, or watching a movie that you would not usually pick. Just something different, so it can give you a nice little perspective shift on life and just make you feel more excited. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like it and subscribe to my channel. I will have more art therapy activities coming for you next week. And in the meantime, I'm sending you guys all love.